Hello learners, welcome to the MOOCs course Philosophical Foundations of Education. Today, Module 7 and video content 2, which is on Froebel's kindergarten methods, will be discussed. Already we have discussed about who was Froebel, Froebel's educational philosophy, Froebel's own philosophical viewpoints, and again I am repeat here that Friedrich Froebel, a German educator born in 1782, is widely regarded as the creator of the concept of kindergarten. And in this discussion, we will discuss about the kindergarten methods in details. He developed a pioneering educational approach which is still very famous among us, which is for young children that emphasized play, creativity, and a deep connection with nature. Froebel's methods continue to influence early childhood education today, and his philosophy has had a lasting impact on educational practices worldwide. Here, a detailed discussion on Froebel's kindergarten method. Because Froebel's kindergarten method has its impact on early childhood education, and as we know that this early childhood period is the foundational period of each and every child. Therefore, this period is very much significant for our future better education. So let's discuss Froebel's kindergarten method with reference to early childhood education. The importance of play. The first thing is about kindergarten method. While we are saying, then we have to mention how much Froebel has given importance on play activity. Froebel believed that play is a vital component of childhood learning and development. He emphasized that children learn best through active engagement and exploration rather than passive reception of knowledge. Because from psychological, it is fact that while we are as a student, while we are sitting and receiving those knowledge delivered by the teachers passively, only sitting and hearing, then it will be very less effective in our educational progress. Therefore, in his view, it means in Froebel's view, play was not merely a frivolous activity but a serious means of education that allowed children to make sense of the world around him. So Froebel's approach involved structured play activities where children could manipulate objects, engage in creative tasks, and experiment with materials. This approach encouraged imagination, socialization, problem solving, and motor development, all through the natural expression of play. And that's why Froebel has given importance in the play way activities and in the implementation of play in the field of education to engage each and every child for creative tasks, for experimentation, and for all-round development. So this was the significant characteristics of kindergarten method. The next one, the role of the teacher. Already Freud has prescribed or suggested that play activity should be included in the teaching learning process to teach or to prepare the child for their better future educational endeavor. So, the role of the teacher will be also significant in this regard. Then what are the role of the teacher in the Froebel's kindergarten? In Froebel's kindergarten, the teacher acted as a guide and a facilitator rather than a traditional authority figure. In traditional method of teaching, what happened? The teacher is the leader. Teacher leads the entire education system, and everything, every implementation in the education system was based on teacher's viewpoint. At that traditional period, what happened? The students' importance was totally ignored. But in Froebel's kindergarten method, what happened? The teacher's role was to observe the children, understand their individual needs and interests, and provide the right materials and opportunities for learning. Froebel emphasizes the importance of a supportive, nurturing environment where children felt free to explore, ask questions, and express themselves. So this is very important in the field of education, that we should provide as a teacher a supportive environment to the learner. We should nurture them, a nurturing environment, and their children should feel free to explore their educational task. So this type of environment was imposed by the Froebel in his kindergarten school. Then teachers were expected to foster a deep connection with each child, understanding their emotional as well as developmental needs while providing gentle guidance that encouraged self-discovery and independence, because each child has different individuality. So teachers should have that attachment for making the child, for encouraging the child for their self-discovery and to become independent. Third point that to be discussed here, the kindergarten as a community. Froebel's kindergarten was designed to be a small, close-knit community where children could work together, share experiences, and learn the importance of cooperation, which is very important for our social life. Social interaction was a key part of Froebel's method, as children learn valuable life skills such as respect, empathy, and communication through their interactions with peers, because all these qualities, all these social skills are also important to live in the social life as a social human being in the society. Froebel also believed that children should feel a sense of belonging and connections to the natural world, and this was incorporated into his kindergarten methods. Nature was often brought into the classroom, with outdoor activities and exploration of natural environments being central to the curriculum. So, nature was often brought into the classroom activities according to the Froebel, and it was used in the kindergarten schools. Then, another point about kindergarten method of teaching, that was the use of educational gifts and occupations. So, what is educational gifts and occupations according to Froebel's viewpoint? One of the Froebel's most influential contributions to early childhood education was his development of a series of gifts and occupations that were designed to stimulate a child's creativity and cognitive development. Cognitive development and creativity development was one of the important plays in Froebel's kindergarten method. So these materials were simple yet versatile and could be used in a variety of ways to encourage the children for exploration, problem solving, and understanding of concepts like shapes, color, and patterns. The gifts. What is the gift? These were educational tools designed to help children to develop their senses, fine motor skills, and intellectual abilities. The gifts included things like wooden blocks, geometric shapes, and balls, which could be combined in endless ways to teach children about structure, about shape, as well as about form. So, gifts were used in these kindergarten schools. And the occupations. These are activities like drawing, sewing, crafting, which allow children to express themselves creativity and express themselves creatively and practice skills like fine motor control and coordination. Through the gifts and occupations, Froebel aimed to foster a sense of order, harmony, and balance which he believed were important for the child's overall development. Ultimately, Froebel gave importance in his kindergarten setup for all-round development or overall development of the children. Then another important point to be discussed here, holistic approach to development. Froebel's method was grounded in the belief that education should address the whole child cognitively, emotionally, socially, physically. He advocated for a balanced approach that nurtured intellectual growth alongside emotional and physical development. Then first we take cognitive development. Froebel's gifts and activities help children to develop cognitive skills, and these cognitive skills are problem solving, logical thinking, and creativity. Children were encouraged to explore and experiment with objects and materials to build their understanding of concepts such as size, shape, and symmetry. Physical development. Activities such as building with blocks, drawing, and working with natural materials help children to develop their fine and gross motor skills. Froebel also recognized the importance of movement and physical activity in young children for overall development. The next one, emotional and social development. By working in groups, children learn to share, cooperate, and resolve conflicts. Froebel stressed the importance of fostering a sense of community and belonging in the classroom. He also recognized the importance of emotional well-being, encouraging teachers to create a safe and supportive environment. Then another point regarding the kindergarten method, and we should discuss that connection to nature. Froebel had a deep respect for nature and saw it as an essential element of a child's education. He believed that children should be exposed to nature in a direct experimental way. Whether through outdoor play, observing natural phenomena, or working with natural materials, nature for Froebel was not just a source of beauty but a means of teaching important life lessons. Through interactions with nature, children learn about growth, change, cycles, and interconnectedness, which reinforce the broader themes of order and harmony in their lives. And next thing is here, the spiritual dimensions of education. Froebel's educational philosophy was also influenced by his spiritual beliefs. He believed that education should help children to recognize their connection to the world around them and their place in the large universe. He felt that early childhood education should be rooted in respect for life and an understanding of one's spiritual existence. This spiritual aspect of Froebel's philosophy was reflected in the use of symbols and nature-based activities in his kindergarten methods. For instance, Froebel often used religious and philosophical symbols such as the flower representing growth and renewal, and in his educational materials. Then another point is that the concept of self-activity. Froebel promoted the idea of self-activity where children were encouraged to take an active role in their learning process. He believed that children learn best when they engage directly with the world around them, discovering concepts and solving problems through their own experiences rather than being taught through rote memorization or passive instruction. This self-activity approach was embodied in Froebel's use of materials such as his gifts and occupations that allowed children to manipulate, explore, and create. Froebel felt that this type of active engagement helped children to develop independence, critical thinking skills, and deeper understanding of the world. And Froebel's kindergarten methods were revolutionary for their time and have left a lasting legacy in the field of early childhood education. His belief in the importance of play, the role of the teacher as a facilitator, the use of educational materials, and the holistic development of the child set the stage for modern early childhood education. His influence can still be seen in contemporary educational approaches, particularly those that emphasize creativity, hands-on learning, and the development of the whole child. Froebel's approach remains a cornerstone of early childhood education, providing a framework for nurturing young children, natural curiosity, creativity, and love of learning. Frederick Froebel's concept on kindergarten has had a profound and lasting impact on modern early childhood education. His philosophy, developed in the early 19th century, emphasized learning through play, creativity, and hands-on activities, which continue to shape preschool and early learning environments today. So, while we are discussing about Froebel's kindergarten method, we should have our focus on the impacts of Froebel's kindergarten on present child education, how much it has its influence in our present day early childhood education system. First of all, learning through play. Froebel introduced the idea that play is essential for a child's learning and development. Today, preschools and early learning centers incorporate structured and free play as a core teaching method. And play-based learning helps in developing problem-solving skills, social interaction, as well as creativity. Use of educational materials like Froebel's GIBS. Froebel designed special learning materials known as GIBS, for example, blocks, sticks, balls, etc. that I have mentioned already to help children explore shapes, pattern, and spatial relationship. Modern day Montessori material and STEM toys and manipulatives used in preschools are inspired by the concept of Froebel. Then number 3, child-centered education. Today the education system is totally child-centered. Froebel emphasized that each child is unique and should learn at their own pace. Today's early childhood education focuses on individualized learning, flexible curriculums, and fostering children's natural curiosity. So, then another point, integration of nature and outdoor learning. Froebel believed that children should connect with the nature for holistic development. Many modern schools incorporate outdoor play, gardening, nature-based learning into their curriculum to make the curriculum more and more interesting for the children, which we can say it is an effect from those kindergarten methods prescribed by Frederick Froebel. Then another thing is that role of the teacher as facilitators. Already I have mentioned in this discussion that what is the role to be played by the teacher according to Froebel's philosophy or in the kindergarten method. So instead of rigid instruction, Froebel promoted the idea of teachers as a guide as well as the facilitators. Today's early childhood educators use scaffolding techniques, guiding children while allowing them to explore and learn independently. So it is an effect, it is an impact from the Froebel's philosophy, Froebel's kindergarten method. Then another point, creative and artistic expression. Activities such as drawing, singing, storytelling, and crafts were a major part of Froebel's kindergarten. Present-day curriculums continue to emphasize music, art, storytelling as essential for cognitive and emotional development of each and every child. Then, structured yet flexible learning. Froebel introduced structured learning experiences but with room for exploration. Modern early education, what happens, it keeps balances structured lessons with free play, ensuring that children develop both academically as well as socially. So Froebel's kindergarten philosophy continues to influence modern child education by promoting holistic development, creativity, and play-based learning. His ideas laid the foundation for approaches like Montessori, Reggio Emilia, and Waldorf education, which prioritize experiential learning, child agency, and a nurturing environment. So, learners, this was all about Froebel's kindergarten method and its impact in the present education system. So, from this discussion, we are able to understand that how much Froebel has his contribution to make the education system or to transform the education system from teacher-centered to the child-centered education, which is also psychologically very sound and very effective for give a better result of the entire education system. So, thank you learners for listening this video content, and I hope this content will give you a clear view about Froebel's kindergarten method of education. Thank you.